See the season series, the Mavericks winning easily. The closest game was here on January 2nd. That only a 10-point decision. And you look at those 5 games, it works out to the Mavericks winning by an average of 18.6. Clement Johnson is starting tonight for Seattle at center with Alton Lister not available. Sonics control. Dale Ellis gets it to Xavier McDaniel low.
Ball, and he hadn't passed the ball. There's 7 seconds to shoot.
But a nice pass here down low to Dale Ellis. You see,
not on fire in the game.
Here's Ellis around Shrimp. And one for Dale Ellis as they'll call the foul out front on Deadlift Shrimp, and a very liberal interpretation of the continuation play. Underneath to McDaniel. He's in jail. Ellis for 3. Online is Dale Ellis, who converted 86 3-pointers during the regular season.
He averages only 5 points a game.
McMillan posting, and Ellis to the corner.
Wow.
And Dale Ellis on fire this period. He now goes into double figures with 11.
Disguised it very well.
Ellis is posting, leading in, and Ellis with 11 in this quarter. Ellis looking to drive.
Oh, what an athlete he is.
He is certainly impressive, isn't he?
Just a fine athlete. Stoppable a player as you have in this league. Meanwhile, in this period, Ellis has 13. Whoa, now 15, and the rest of the Sonics have 9.
Harper gambling for the steal. Chambers behind it, back to Ellis. Left-handed against Donaldson, and Ellis for the game is now 8 of 11 from the field, including 1 3-pointer.
What an outstanding athlete.
He is that. Not a bad basketball player either.
No.
2-time All-American at Tennessee. Mavericks lose the ball. McDaniel ahead to Ellis, who will get a gift to. And Ellis with 21 now. And here a moment ago, watch Ellis move the ball right hand to left to get the shot around Donaldson.
Not on fire. Meanwhile, Seattle.
This will do it. It is over. And the Dallas Mavericks, in the most convincing of fashions, have totally annihilated the Seattle Supersonics in Game 1 of this series. Mavericks led by 11 at the quarter, 18 at the half, 32 at the end of the third. Their largest lead all night was 36 points, and their final margin of victory is 22. Mavericks in a lapper as this drive by Dennis Nutt, the most points ever scored by the Mavericks in a regular or postseason game. Our final score, 151. You see the season series. They were embarrassed here on Thursday night, and that as pros, they will be very much in tune to respond to that tonight. You saw the shooting percentages. Mavericks have not lost here since Atlanta did them in on March the 13th on a Friday evening.
If Seattle is going to hang in this basketball game, they absolutely must stop the flow of the ball inside for Dallas. Of the 151 points Dallas scored the other night, 109 came inside, right around the glass, layup, dunks, things like that, against Seattle.
McMillan gets it to Dale Ellis for 3, and Dale Ellis connects from the outside.
McDaniel and still trying to take advantage of the defensive mismatch.
Sonic forwards get the ball over midcourt, and here's Ellis on a drive and 1, and Dale Ellis with all 5 of the Sonic points. Ball comes away to McMillan, and a 4-on-1 for the Sonics. Ellis drives in, and Dale Ellis has 7 early. And
Alan, let's just take a guess that the winner of this period doesn't get over 30 points, okay?
Ellis rattles one in. He's got 9. Here's Perkins. Got by his man, but then fell down, and Sam Perkins is hurt. Meanwhile, Ellis at the other end. Donaldson tips it, but to McMillan. Ahead to Ellis in the open floor. Dale, 3-point opportunity. 13 for Ellis is Roe Blackman. Scott Lucas gets it out there. The open floor against Tarpley. And Ellis will challenge him, and successfully. 1-point game as we go under a minute and a half. And Dale Ellis on fire with 18 now in the half. They were embarrassed.
McMillan looks like he's got his game face back on, too.
Here's Ellis coming off a screen and popping through the jump shot, and Ellis gets to 20.
Their defense are usually worried about their home team.
Ellis forces the shot over Harper and into the basket. 22 now for Dale Ellis. Ellis low. Tarpley right there snuffs him, but Ellis stays after it. And Dale with 24. McDaniel saves it. Here's Here's Ellis, who's back on. Tough shot in traffic by Dale Ellis, who has 26.
Trying to free Ellis.
He's open. Oh, perfect. And we're tied again. Ellis has 30 points. Leading. Here's Ellis. Swatted down with 2 seconds to go. And what's the call?
Foul.
On the Mavericks inside.
Oh, my.
It's on Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins fouled Dale Ellis, who will go to the line with 2 seconds to go in the game tied. Ellis has made 5 straight free throws, and Dick Motta turns his back on the call by official Jack Madden.
I'm not so sure he wasn't turning his back on his own team, Alan. At 25 feet and off balance, I think he'd have preferred to let him have that.
Seattle by 2. Harper to Davis. Oh, it was close off the front of the rim. They were embarrassed here.
With Red Auerbach's picture on them and a quote from last September saying it would surprise him if the Sonics finished anything but last. I don't know who's more surprised, Red Auerbach or General Manager Norm Sanju, that the Mavericks are facing a best 2 out of 3 series now with the Sonics having the home court advantage.
You always have alternates in the playoffs, so in case an official goes down, we'll still have a full complement of referees. Good news for the Mavericks is that James Donaldson and Mark Aguirre are on the floor and starting, despite Donaldson's injury and Aguirre's sickness, but we shall obviously watch them very close early to see how close to 100% they are. Sonics control the tip. Chambers gets called for his first, the team's second foul. Here's Dale Ellis off a screen. We're tied. Ellis's first points of the game, the NBA's 8th best scorer.
Very makeable shot, and they just can't get it down.
Ellis is open underneath. Challenges James Donaldson. Ellis has 4, and the Sonics open up a 3-point lead. Harper to the basket after Xavier McDaniel fell down, but the layup is missed, and here's Ellis. Here's Dale Ellis for 3. On target. Mark Aguirre is back on for the Mavericks. They lob to Ellis on the baseline. Mo Lucas, third try for the Sonics on this possession. And Ellis has 11.
They turn it over.
McDaniel ahead to Eddie Johnson. Ellis. Great pass by Eddie Johnson. Dale Ellis has 15, and the Sonics have thrown it out to a 16-point advantage.
That streak lasted less than 1 minute.
Lob to Ellis along the baseline between 2 Mavericks. Gets his own rebound. And the Sonics just continue to be much more aggressive than the Mavericks. And Dale Ellis putting it back in his former employee's face for the 2nd straight night. He's got 17.
The thing about the offense is they haven't resorted to bad shots yet.
Good point. Here's Ellis to the hoop. And 1 for Dale Ellis. As he draws the foul on Roe Blackman, his second. Ellis with a chance to hit 20 before intermission if he knocks home this free throw.
Boy, this continues to look more and more like the Dale Ellis series. Sports Illustrated was all ready to do a big spread on the Mavericks had they won game 2, and instead their story has turned into Dale Ellis gets back at his former club.
So far tonight, Ellis has outscored Roe Blackman 20-11.
Not very pretty the way they've reacted to this one.
Here's McDaniel. Ellis on the offensive glass, and a great tip in by Dale Ellis as the lead goes to 21. Figures. Here's Dale Ellis, who leads all scorers with 22, and Chambers for 3. It's short, but there's that man, Dale Ellis, on the follow.
Things, and the Sonics still with a 16-point lead. Figure they're going to get a run by Dallas. It's just a matter of weathering the storm.
Boy, and again, Dale Ellis loses Rolando Blackman and lays one in over the front of the rim. He's got 26. Chambers will drive. Off balance shot. Ellis. Boy, the ball finds him like a magnet.
He did not shoot well in the regular season, but he has in the postseason.
Here's Ellis for 3. Another knife in the heart from the former Maverick and former 2-time All-American from Tennessee. Dale Ellis now up to 31 points.
Self all the time.
Clement Johnson is back on for the Sonics as Ellis goes to work. He can't miss. He just cannot miss. Ellis just inside the three-point line this time. He has 35, and the all-time record against the Mavericks in a playoff is 37, held by Gus Williams, a former Sonic. Series back then, they were just happy to be in the playoffs. Here's Ellis. One more time. 37 for Ellis. 7 a straight shot from the field in this quarter.
5 fouls and 2 points.
Here's Ellis. That's his first miss of the half, but he's fouled by Roe Blackman. And Dale Ellis, as he goes to the free throw line with 2 chances to have the highest scoring night against the Mavericks in a playoff. As you see Roe Blackman having picked up his third. That last basket of the third quarter tied him with a former Sonic, Gus Williams, who also scored 37 against the Mavericks.
And statistically, he's still perfect for the half, because when you're fouled in the act, it doesn't count as a shot attempt.
Well, he's perfect from the line, 4 for 4.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
In every aspect of the game.
Real sweetness for Dale Ellis tonight, who made no bones about the fact that he never really thought he got the chance he deserved in Dallas, and he has put it to his former teammates for the second straight night. McDaniel on a wild drive, but there's Ellis, 41. Ellis hit a double figures in boards before he grabbed that one and put it back through.
You and I were reading today, Ball, they haven't doubled him to speak of, and every time he's gone to tonight, he's been effective. He's done that.
Ellis comes off another screen, 43. Historically been a bad day for the Mavericks in their playoff history, as you see Dale Ellis drowning 2 more of his game-high 43 tonight. Mavericks' worst defeat in playoff history occurred on this date in 1984. And the Mavericks, who before this series started, we're talking about a sweep of the Seattle Supersonics, now are faced with a back-to-the-wall game on Thursday. Down 2 games to 1, and the Mavericks will have to win Game 4 Thursday, or the season is over. The final score from the Heck Edmondson Arena tonight: Seattle 117, the Dallas Mavericks 107. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this. With Red Auerbach's picture on the very noisy Heck Edmondson Arena on the campus of the University of Washington here in Seattle, Washington. Dallas Mavericks playoff basketball tonight, Game 4 of their first round Western Conference Series against the Seattle Supersonics. With all of us wondering, is the Mavericks' best ever season getting ready to come to a very unexpected conclusion?
Ellis is, of course, in the first-time situation trying to lead the Sonics to a win in a 4-game best-of-5 series opportunity here. He says there is no lack of confidence in the Sonics locker room.
I think we're confident that we can win, and we can compete with the Mavericks. I think Game 2 was very important for a confidence builder for us, because we hadn't played the Mavericks at all. They had blown us out 6 previous games, so we feel like we can win this. We feel like there's pressure on them to come out and play us now, and we're just going out there and doing our job.
That was Dale Ellis as the Sonics gain the opening tip, and here's Dale Ellis on the end of a pass intercepted by Roy Tarpley.
So that's got to be a positive sign.
But now the real challenge is Maurice Lucas, the wily veteran, is in as Ellis. First points of the night from the outside, and the Sonics have doubled the Mavericks' point total. Ellis on the follow after the Clement Johnson miss, and boy, the Mavericks saw enough of that Tuesday night. Parker Guire still has only 1 field goal in the game. Here's Ellis. Somewhat more human this evening, but still hitting those outside jumpers. He's got 6. McMillan goes down. Oh, and Dale Ellis barely keeps it alive. Around Tarpley. And strong to the basket.
Maybe the #1 skill he's developed in Seattle, handling the ball, something he never did with very much confidence or effectiveness in his 3 years in Dallas.
Lucas comes out for the ball. Ellis is posting low against Harper. Oh, tremendous athletic play by Dale Ellis. And 1 with the Sonics off guard, and Roy Tarpley gets called for his 3rd, and the 4th against the team already.
Boy, again, the inside pass has always been there. Mavericks have not denied the ball inside well at all tonight. And even though their own offense is perked up, it's a wash, because the Sonics are getting every bit the offense they were getting in the first half when they built the big lead.
Ellis
Ellis just down to double figures, had the largest scoring increase from one season to another in the history of the NBA this year. Here's Mark. That was the first free throw missed by Maurice Lucas's game one. And Dale Ellis got the rebound, and Dale Ellis makes it a three-point play the hard way as the lead now goes to 14. And again, Lucas looks to work on Whittington. Inside to Dale Ellis.
Boy, again, right when they have to stop the Sonics. An inside basket. Ellis gets free.
Card. And this is one of those situations where the Sonics have made the big baskets when they've needed them. And Dale Ellis does it one more time.
Double teamed, and he had to get it over 7-foot Whittington.
Out front is Danny Young for three. Mavericks lose the rebound to Clement Johnson, and there's Dale Ellis. It appears that Seattle is just going to completely blow the Mavericks out before this one is over. Dallas has now gone 5 clock minutes without a basket. And that trend continues as Blackman misses. It's over. Dale Ellis will put another nail in the Mavericks' coffin. You and I have started the second guessing, but it is going to be a summer of second guessing back in Dallas about the Mavericks and their future and their game plan, as everything seems to be blowing up. And interesting enough that the last time out, Dick Motta again took Mark Aguirre out. The horse that the Mavericks have had drive them so long is not in down the stretch, and what appears to be probably the worst defeat, all things considered, in Mavericks history. Down at 2:51, and the Seattle lead is 24 points.
When they were challenged, it was, remember, 88-82, and that's when the Sonics showed their true selves.
And it's over. The Dallas Mavericks season has ended on a terrible, terrible note as the Seattle Supersonics win 3 straight games of this series and take the Mavericks out in 4 games. The first time ever that a 7th seed has defeated a number 2 seed. Bernie Bickerstaff, all the credit in the world